Arjun Siva Prasad says, "Hi Mehran, hello, hello," and says, "I'm Arjun from Kerala, India. Hello there." Says, "I followed you in 2016 and your talks really helped me in that time to overcome my breakup." Good. Glad to hear that. And thank you for being here. And don't forget, give me the protocol, gender, age, and where you're tuning in from. I appreciate that. And Tripjet says they are intrusive thoughts about her being with someone else. Of course it is. We boys always are afraid of somebody else, having broke up with our girlfriend and somebody else, being with her. But the thing is, that's going to happen. If it hasn't happened yet, you don't own her. She's a free woman, and you had the opportunity to have a relationship with her. Now, things like anything else in the world moves on, and she's moved on, and you got to move on too. So face that fact that this is not a fear, this is a fact. She's going to go with somebody else, and so will you. And until that happens, you're going to keep thinking about that, because sex is so important to us. Heterosexual male loves women, and so therefore constantly thinking about her intimacy, sexuality, especially from the old 1,000 years ago. It has that feeling of old traditional thing. A woman should be protected. It's mine, it belongs to me, defines me, and all that. So all of that comes to picture and makes you feel so afraid of somebody else is with her, or she's with somebody else, or she allows somebody else to be with her, and all that. Just throw that garbage out of your head. This is today, 2020, and these things are going to happen. So don't be fearful of it happening. Just go further in your mind, so that it has happened. In fact, imagine her having sex with somebody and go through all the things that you guys were doing together. Imagine she's doing it all. You do that a few times in your mind, then you're no longer sensitive. It's not an anomaly. Oh my goodness, I'm afraid of that. No, it's a thought. It's an intrusive thought. It comes on, and if you also combine that with little OCD, then you will have a hard time to get rid of it, because sometimes with the frontal cortex sends a message of some intrusive thoughts, and then the response comes back. However, the problem is thalamus sends a response back without thinking that, okay, I really don't like these thoughts, I'm not enjoying it, but yet the message doesn't get to cortex. And because it doesn't get to cortex, because there's a malfunction in the messaging signaling, then cortex keeps sending it. And that goes back and forth, because then the thalamus sends it back, says, I'm not interested. So this goes back and forth and crowds your mind, and because the signal doesn't get back to cortex to finish it, shut it down to get the answer, it doesn't get it, it keeps sending. It's like, as I said in the other discussion we had, it's like a friend of you asks you, do you want tea or coffee? You say, no, thank you. He says, do you want tea or coffee? He says, no, thank you. He says, do you want tea or coffee? He says, no, thank you. And he says, do you want tea? So you go nuts. You say, what's going on? Maybe I should want tea or coffee. Or a friend, but you don't remember that this is because he's deaf. He can't hear your answer. That's why he responds back. So the same thing happens here. Cortex is sending intrusive thoughts. Thalamus sends back, says, I'm not interested. After having sent it to the proper places and gets the answer back, sends back, says, not interested. I don't want that to continue. But it doesn't get that signal to shut down. So it keeps going back and forth, like the deaf friend. So if you understand this, then you will understand that OCD is a malfunction of a signaling system between the parts of the components of the brain, which sometimes it goes away by itself, and sometimes by you imagining these intrusive thoughts more than what they are, and you won't be afraid of them or have some kind of a fear of them or anxiety for them to show up. You simply understand that these are thoughts. There are no facts to it. Thoughts have no message. Thoughts have no actuality, truth, or factuality to them. They're thoughts. And I can explain to you later why intrusive thoughts actually come to be. Yes, the scientific explanation is that there is a glitch, pop-up thoughts, and the signaling between cortex and thalamus doesn't take place, and so it continues, and they've taken a scan of the brain, of one's brain, your brain, my brain. When it is not in OCD mode, it looks very subtle and calm. Few red portions at the bottom, little activity, and the rest of it is all blue, no activity. But same brain, when it's in OCD glitch, it's got red all over it. It's constantly busy, the same brain. And then again, when it goes out of the mode again, then it's quiet. So it goes away by itself, but what it helps it to go away and not come back, at least not so often, because everybody in the world has OCD thoughts, intrusive thoughts, HOCD thoughts, homosexual thoughts, and vice versa. Everybody could have, depending on what their gender is, they have the opposite of it. So if you understand that this is scientifically, they've shown you what this, how it functions, the signaling that is breaking down, and it doesn't shut down. But if you understand really how it actually starts, that's something that at one point I'll make a video and describe it for you, so you'll understand that this is something perfectly normal for anybody to have intrusive thoughts, and why it starts, because you don't initiate it. And the fact to understand that thoughts are not you and thoughts are not factual, they're just popping up, and then because of that OCD thing and the malfunction in the signal system, it doesn't shut down. But then there's one step further to discover why actually such a thought comes up, beside the scientific explanation of it, which we all know now. So let's go on to